What was better, 1982 or 1992? We're going to look at the music, the TV shows, and the movies from each of these and see which one was the best. Okay guys, it's time. I said 2 years ago when I made a video about 1981 versus 1991 that I was going to come back and do each year. And it's been 2 years. Hopefully, if you like this video, I won't wait so long before we do 1993, well 1983 and 1993. But here we go. We're going to start with the music. Let's start with the music of 1982 versus 1992. And I was turning 10 in 1982, and my music taste was a lot different than all my friends. All my friends were into pop music, maybe some metal music, some hair bands, and I was at home listening to Hank Williams Jr. and this guy right here. If you say, who's that? Then you wasn't in my world of music. And I admit, I was pretty odd. I was listening to drinking songs and songs about cheating on each other and getting divorced and stuff, and there I was 10 years old. So I was weird. I admit it, but I loved it. So let's go on. Let's go number 10 right here. Hard to Say I'm Sorry by Chicago. Now I do remember this song. I had on a little cassette tape that I recorded it off the radio. I like this. Hard to say I'm sorry. I can't sound anything like Peter Cetera. But that's Chicago. So what was the number 10 song in 1992? Well, Just Another Day by John Scant. I couldn't even say his name. John Scant. I don't know who this is. Never heard this song, so I can't really compare. So far in my world, I'm leaning with 1982. The number 9 song of 1982 was Abra. I remember that one. Abra, abracadabra. Oh man, I'm not a singer. And this was Steve Miller Band. I didn't know who sung this until when I looked it up. Unless I'm thinking of a different song. Abracadabra. Remember that song? Well, what about number 9 in 1992? Well, the grunge rock was starting to take the scene, but the heavy metal bands were still ruling, and All for Love by Color Me Bad. I had a guy that loved Color Me Bad. He was like, he had a Faster Pussycat was his favorite band, but he always like, if there's one other metal band I like more than that, it's Color Me Bad. And I can understand that, but I don't remember this song. I know they had some hits. I don't even remember this one. So let's go back to 1982. Oh, Hurt So Good. John Cougar Mellencamp. Or John Mellencamp, John Cougar, whatever you want to call him. I still call him John Cougar Mellencamp. I like John Cougar. I saw him this year in concert. It was a lot of fun. Although now he looked like this female PE coach that I had back in 1985. It was weird. But anyway, let's Hurt So Good. Oh, baby, make it hurt so good. Rah, very good. So what was 1992 song? Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I love this song here. I did. I was getting kind of into the grunge type music, alternative rock scene in the 90s. I was kind of putting the country to the side and getting into alternative rock. And I love this song. I was turning 20. This was a great song. I really did love this song right here. So, but this is the hard one because I love Hurt So Good and I love Under the Bridge. And I think going back, if you said listen to one of these songs today, you only can listen to one of them. I might go with Hurt So Good. I don't know. I think I'm going to go Red Hot. I changed my mind. I'm going to Red Hot Chili Peppers. You let me know what you think. Well, what's the next song on our list in 1982? Jack and Diane. If anybody did a soundtrack of my life, this would be on it. Jack and Diane. What a great song. Oh, a little ditty about Jack and Diane. What a great song. This is a good song here. This is, I think John Mellencamp don't like it or something. He said it didn't really as much as I did, as much as the fans did. Everybody loved this song. So what was 1992 song? My love, never gonna get it. My love, never gonna get it. My bow, you never gonna get it. My love, never gonna get it by En Vogue. Now I had a friend that liked En Vogue, and I was listening to this, and it was okay. I could tolerate it for not really my type of music, but I thought it was okay. I mean, but it's not no Jack and Diane, that's for sure. Now I don't know what number we're on, so I think we'll hold on. Okay, sorry about that bad edit there. I wrote down the title wrong, so it wasn't making any sense. So we're at number 6 here with Don't You Want... Well, I forgot the name of it again already. Shoot. Don't You Want Me. I never even heard this song. Apparently it's by a group called the Human League. Sounds made up, like the Human Fund. I don't know that. Maybe if I heard it, but like, okay, I know that one, but I don't know that one. So we're going to see what's in 1992, and it's Tears in Heaven by Eric Clapton. Oh. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad song. I know it's a classic, and It was always on MTV, and people was always playing and talking about it. It just got so popular, I just got sick of hearing it. It's really slow, and I was like, I don't want to hear that. But I'm going to go with Eric Clapton on this one because I don't know the other song. So let's start the top 5, and Angel is my centerfold. Centerfold, Jake Isles Band. They had some good songs, didn't they? Oh, I like First I Look at the Purse. I always like that one about them. But I like Centerfold too. Really like this song in 1982. I remember it coming out and I was really into it. Oh man, Centerfold. Love that music video. So what was in 1992? Well, you guessed it. Baby, Baby, Baby by TLC. I know TLC, but I don't remember Baby, Baby, Baby. Maybe if I heard it, I know Waterfall. Don't go chasing them there waterfalls. I remember that one. I remember Scrub Can't Get No Love. I remember that. But I don't remember this one, so I'm going to go with, I love Centerfold, so I have to go with Centerfold. Number 4, Ebony and Ivory, which I thought was Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney until just now. And I was like, oh, yeah, it was Stevie Wonder and Paul McCartney. Maybe I just got him mixed up with something else. I don't care about this song. It's not bad. I just take it and leave. I don't care. If it comes on the radio, I might not turn it, but I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't turn it up, that's for sure. So Ebony, and what was 1992 song? Save the Best for Last from Vanessa Williams. I don't remember listening to this song, but I know Vanessa Williams took her clothes off for a magazine. I remember that was very controversial, and I was like, I got to check that out for research purposes, of course. But I guess I'll go with the Ebony and Ivory for this, but I guess so. Okay, number 3. I Love Rock and Roll, and that's a classic. I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love, yeah. Now I know my daughter loved this when she was little, and she used to say, "Put another dime in the juice box, baby." Kids, right? Anyway, this was a good song. Joan Jett, I believe, is the one that sung this one. So what was 1992 song? You got it. Jump by Criss Cross. Criss Cross will make you wanna jump. I remember that world that closed backwards and stuff, and I was still in school in 1992, so I was going on 20 years old in school. So okay, I fell 2nd grade and I fell 9th grade. Okay, and so in 1992 I was still in school, and I remember it being really hit school because people like Criss Cross. I guess I was like, I don't know, I'm more of a fan of applesauce, and I was laughing. None of the other kids would laugh. I thought that was kind of funny. No one else did, but I'm gonna have to go with I Love Rock and Roll. I love rock and roll. I love that song. Number 2. Great one. This gets you pumped up. Eye of the Tiger. Remember that from Rocky 3, maybe? Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger is the queen of the... I don't know. Something. I don't know. I remember Eye of the Tiger. I remember the song. I loved it when it came out. Get me all pumped up. Made me want to fight somebody. Survivor sung this song. But in 1992, we got Baby Got Back. Sir Mix-a-Lot. Baby Got Back. Oh, now that was a good one too. I don't know about this one. I love Eye of the Tiger. I get excited when I hear it. But when I hear Baby Get Back, Baby Got Back. When I hear Baby Got Back, well, when it comes to Sir Mix-a-Lot, I do listen to Baby Got Back, but I'm more of a fan of My Hoopty. No one talks about My Hoopty. I like that one. Listen. My Hoopty. Oh, that one brings back some memories here. And I'm going to have to go with Eye of the Tiger. Now, this was a tough one. This is a tie right here. But I guess I'm going to go with Eye of the Tiger just because I heard Baby Got Back so much. But, man, I do like me some Baby Got Back. And I got back, and I'm a baby. So you can kind of understand right there. Number 1 song of 1982 is Physical. Oh, let's get physical. Let's not get physical. Let's take that 45 record and break it in half. I don't care about no Olivia Newton-John. I don't care about no Grease Lightning. And I don't care about no Physical. Whoa. And the number 1 song was End of the Road by Bosie's the Men. Bosie's the Men. I got to go with Physical on this one. I do not like, I didn't like this Boy the Men group. I didn't like this, R&B. Well, one thing, I knew a girl at the time that had it that was really into this band here. And it got on my, she played it so much. She used to, even on we had a TV channel called the Jukebox where you dial a 900 number and request a video and they would play it. She would request it all the time. It just made me sick of it. It just made me sick of it. So that's the music right there. And let's see, 1982, 1992. This is going to be a tough one. You're going to have to let me know what you think in the comments. I think I'm going to have to go. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with 1982. I think 1982 wins this. There's some good songs in 90. I think the songs I liked in 92 wasn't hit top 10 songs, but the 82 songs were all popular hits. So I think 82 is going to win this one. So let's look at the top 10 TV shows. Actually, the top 11 because one of them was tied. 1982, number 10. The A-Team. Now, anybody watching my channel knows I love the A-Team. I can name them all. B.A. Baracus, Hannibal, the Faceman. Oh, Hannibal and Faceman. Murdoch, Amy Allen, Joe Cottontail. I loved all these characters. I love the freaking A-Team. So what was number 10 in 1992? Full freaking House. Blah. I never watched an episode of Full House. I was scared I'm going to get a cavity because it looks so sweet. I'm not going to watch Full House. Oh, Uncle Jesse. Well, this might be your Uncle Jesse. That's my Uncle Jesse. So let's go to number 9, The Love Boat. Hey, Rush, you watching this? He likes The Love Boat. This is something you watch at my grandma's house. I could put it on. Didn't hate it, didn't love it. It was just something that was on. Number 9 in 1992 was Cheers. Now, I know Cheers is great. I think I was just a little young when Cheers came out, so I never really got into it. I watched it, but if you told me now I can watch The Love Boat or Cheers, I'm going to go for Cheers. So I'm going to give Cheers this one. Number 8, Falcon's Crest. Now, I thought this was going to be some Star Wars spin-off show. I thought it was about the Millennium Falcon, but no, it wasn't. It was some kind of nighttime soap opera. And I used to watch them Guiding Light. I used to watch them As the World Turns. Oh, Victor Newman. Roger Thorpe. Oh, Helen Spaulding. But that was every day. The story can move fast. But once a week, soap operas, that'd take too long. So what was 1992's one? Monday Night Football. I sure didn't watch that. The only thing I knew, finally, after growing up in the 80s, listening to Hank Williams Jr., my friends were like, hey, I know this Hank Williams Jr. guy. He sings, are you ready for some football? I was like, no, he's got so much better songs than that. So let's move on to this one here, Simon and Simon. I loved watching Simon and Simon. I did. I'm not going to lie to you. I loved watching some Simon and Simon. So what was over in 1992? Coach. Now, Coach isn't a bad show. I'd watch Coach from time to time, but it's no Simon and Simon. It's no Simon and Simon. So I'm going with Simon and Simon here. Okay, I think we're talking, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're in the top 5. Three's Company. Three's Company, classic, funny show. I think by this time it's probably getting a little on in the series, though. Three's Company. What did it have to compete with in 1992? Murder, She Wrote. Oh, brother. I ain't watching no Murder, She Wrote. That's what Grandma watches after she gets back from bingo. I ain't watching that. Now, I might would have watched if they kept the original title. Did you know the original title of Murder, She Wrote was going to be called That Bitch Talking About Murder? But they changed the name or something. But I think I'd have watched it that way. So I'm going to Three's Company here. And then we got Dynasty. Another nighttime soap opera. I'm not watching that crap. I'm not watching it. So what we got on 1992? Murphy Brown. I ain't watching that crap either. Now, I know some of you like Murphy Brown. It took itself a little too serious. It seemed like it was a little snobby. It was I didn't watch that. So let's move on here to number 3. It's a tie in 1982. You have Magnum P.I., which I love. Magnum P.I. Oh, hickey baby. I love Magnum P.I., and it was tied with MASH. They both had the same number of viewers. But what was well, let me talk about MASH a little bit. My brother loves MASH. I could never get into MASH, and I don't think it held up. I tried to watch it, and some episodes might be okay here and there. And then that last episode took itself way too seriously. It's a baby! It took itself way too seriously. So what did 1992's 2 shows have to compete with? Home Improvement. Everyone I know loved Home Improvement, but I never could get into it. I watched it. It was a little corny to me. I just never could get into it. I was 20 years old, man. I wanted something a little bit more edgy, I guess. So I'm going to go with Magnum P.I. on this one right here. And then we got number 2, Dallas. Another nighttime soap opera. And if I'm going to watch any nighttime soap opera, it's going to be Dallas. Who Shot J.R., right? Who Shot J.R.? We all know Who Shot J.R. Yeah, we do. It was Hickey Baby. I saw that episode. Nick had to compete in 1992 with Roseanne. Roseanne's a funny show. Classic show, especially the earlier seasons. This one that went on a little too long, too. So here, I'm going to go with Roseanne. And then, number 1, 60 Minutes. Oh. That's when it was time to turn the TV off and go outside and go upstairs and play with Star Wars figures. 60 freaking minutes. And 1992's number 1 show, 60 Minutes again. Ooh, old people love TV. 60 Minutes. So, I have to go with 60 Minutes because they're both 60 minutes, but I would turn the TV off for exactly 60 minutes. So what was better, 1982 television or 1992 television? This is hard because you got the A-Team, you got Simon and Simon, you got Three's Company, you got Magnum P.I., and then you got, no, I guess it's not that hard. Out of all the shows, I guess Cheers is about the only one I would have watched. Cheers, Roseanne. So 1982 wins again. I think, Junkman, this guy just loves the 80s. But on my other video, the music of the 90s did win on 1991. So let's look at movies. The top 10 movies. Number 10, 1982, Best Little Whorehouse. Best Little Whorehouse. And I used to call the number to the local theater just to get them to hear them say the word whore. It made me and my buddies laugh, we call it. I've seen this. Burt Reynolds, this Dolly Parton. It seems like something I would like. It's a little too much singing in it. 1992 is Under Siege. I think that's Steven Seagal. I've seen this. I don't remember much about it, but I think I'm going to go with Under Siege for this one. I could be wrong. That's my pick off the top of my head. Number 9, Poltergeist. Went to see it because all Steven Spielberg directed it. Everybody says Steven Spielberg's new movie, but he didn't direct it. But it's not bad. It's got some classic moments. I get to see some Star Wars figures in it, but I did have to see a clown under a bed, and that scared me. But it was good. I liked that. So number 9, 1992 movie was Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I went to see that. I think Rebecca De Mornay was in there. I went to see that. I never saw it again. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's good. I don't remember nothing about it. So we're going to go with Poltergeist. Number 3, Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. Everyone's favorite Star Trek, although mine personally is First Contact. I think it's a much better movie than Wrath of Khan. I think you can like it. I think you can enjoy it better if you're not a Star Trek fan. I think Wrath of Khan, you have to be more of a Star Trek fan. I know people's going to disagree with that. What about 1992? Aladdin. I've never seen this crap. I didn't watch cartoons. I was 20 years old. I'm not going to the movie to see a cartoon, so I never did see it. So Wrath of Khan wins this one. Then Arthur. Remember that? Dudley Moore as a drunk? Arthur. It was pretty funny. I used to watch it. It'd come on HBO all the time, and I would watch it. Over in 1992 was League of Their Own, which isn't a bad movie. It's an okay movie, but I would pick Arthur if I had to pick one of the two to watch. And then we got Porky's. This was a huge hit. They made like 3 or 4 Porky's movies. Remember that? Porky's Revenge, and they did all these Porky movies. I think if I watched Porky's today, it wouldn't. I didn't like it back then. I didn't like it, but I was just hoping to see some TNA, and I wanted to see that dude put his penis in the hole. But I bet today don't hold up. So what's 1992? Basic Instinct. Is this the one where I get to see Sharon Stone's vulva? I can't remember. I get that and the other movie mixed up. I'm gonna go with Basic Instinct right there. And then we got Officer and a Gentleman. That's the type of movie to get your mom moist. But it was, I guess it's an okay movie. It's got Richard Gere in it. Whatever happened to that guy? Right? I never, last time I saw him, he was at the pet store buying a gerbil. A cheap joke. I shouldn't have went there. Then in 1992, Wayne's World. I went to see Wayne's World. It's good. It's not great. I don't love it, but it's a lot better than most of those Saturday Night Live movies. A lot better than that Pat movie. And then we got Old Golden Pond. I didn't see that one. I did see Old Golden Blonde. Never saw this. Like a bunch of old people talking. Never cared about it. And then we got 1992, Home Alone 2. Not as good as Home Alone 1, but it's got to be a lot more entertaining than Old Golden Pond. I can't even say it. Own Golden Pond. Own Golden Pond. Ugh, it just sounds boring. So now we're at number 3. Rocky 3. Rocky 3 is at number 3. This is the one where he fights Mr. T. I didn't even see it till a few years ago. My son made me watch it, but I really enjoy it. In 1992 is Sister Act. Blah. Sister Act. Gross. Rocky 3. I would watch it 5 times in a row before I watched 10 minutes of Sister Act. Okay, number 2. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Junkman, that's 1981. Have you lost your wig? Well, it was on the list. It still made so much money. It was still, at least according to Box Office Mojo, the number 2 movie of the year. And you know I love Raiders, so let's move on. Lethal Weapon 3. They lost now. I love Lethal Weapon 1. 2 was okay. I think I gave up. I don't think I ever saw this with Joe Pesci. I think was in this one. But you know I'm going to go with Raiders, probably no matter what that movie was. And then number 1, E.T. Number 1 movie in 1982, without a doubt. E.T. Who's surprised there, right? E.T. It doesn't really hold up. I liked it as a kid. It was one of those I watched like 1 or 2 times, and even as a kid, I kind of moved on from it. You know, it wasn't like watching Indiana Jones movie or a Star Wars movie or something. It didn't really connect with me and stay with me. It was fun. It was nice to see. And for maybe that year, I was really into E.T. And 1992, Batman Returns. I was let down by Batman Returns. I'm not going to lie to you. I was hyped up to see it. I love Batman 1989. And I couldn't wait to see it. And I was let down. But I've watched it again in recent years. And I think I was just too hyped up or something. I like it a lot more than I did. I still think it's got some problems. It's got too many villains in it. But here, oh, this is a tough one. Batman Returns versus E.T. E.T. is a classic. I think if somebody said which one you want to watch, I think I would go with E.T. just because I hadn't seen E.T. in a while. So what's the better year, 1982 for movies or 1992? Let's see here. I think we're going to go with the 80s again. We've got Poltergeist. We got Wrath of Khan's a really good one. We got Porky's, which I hear is funny. I didn't really get into. We got Rocky 3 was good. Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T. And what do we have in 92? Well, we got Batman Returns, Lethal Weapon 3, Home Alone 2. But then we got stinkers like Sister Act and Aladdin and The Hand That Rocks the Cradle and Under Siege. Although I picked it just because I don't like seeing musicals. So, and here's something just for the fun of it. The best picture of 1982 was Chariots of Fire. I can remember, I was so excited the Academy Awards were on. I stayed up in my room on a little black and white TV to watch it because I thought Raiders was going to win. I just wanted to see a clip of Raiders. And this crap won. I was so mad. And the best picture of 1992, Silence of the Lambs. So I think we can guarantee which one's better here, at least in my book. So let's look at one more category. And this is the cartoons. Now, I couldn't find like the top 10 most watched cartoons. So what I did is took 10 cartoons that premiered in 1982 and versus with cartoons that premiered in 1992. And let's start with 1982 with Gilligan's Planet. I used to watch this and laugh my butt off. I don't know if it's funny today, but I loved it. What was 1992? Conan the Adventurer. I don't even remember this cartoon. But like I said, I was 20 then. Didn't watch many cartoons. And to be honest, I wouldn't have watched it, especially not over Gilligan's Planet. Oh, okay, let's move on. 1982, Pac-Man. I did watch the Pac-Man cartoon. It was silly, it was stupid, but it's just something wholesome about it that I like watching. What about 1992? The Addams Family. Now, I knew they did a cartoon because I remember the toy lines from it. I think Playmates did it, but that's about all I remember. So I'm going with Pac-Man here also. Okay, how about the next one? Scrappy and Yabba Dabba Doo. I guess this is Scrappy Doo and Flintstone. They used to like do that, like take an hour and mix cartoons together. So I guess that's what they did here. And although you've heard me bash on Scooby-Doo, and I don't like Scooby-Doo, I did watch some Scrappy-Doo. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did watch it, but let's go to 1992 because we're talking X-Men. You know I'm gonna pick X-Men. X-Men is a lot better. Okay, Shirt Tales in 1990. This was a girl cartoon. I ain't watching that. That's for girls. I'm not watching it. And in 1992, we have Batman, the animated series. One of the, maybe the best cartoon of the 90s. Sorry, cat dog lovers. Okay, and where are we at now? Richie Rich Show. I never liked Richie Rich. He always seemed like a snob. Something about him I just didn't like watching. But he's going up against 1992's Capital Critters. Now that's another. I think they had a toy line for this also. And I think I would watch Richie Rich over Capital Critters. I could be wrong because I've never seen it. And then there was the Mork and Mindy cartoon. Yeah, Mork and Mindy had their own cartoon. I don't know. 1992 was Goofy Troop. Goofy Troop. I don't want to watch Goofy. Sorry. So I'll go with Mork and Mindy, I guess. At least then I get to see some Robin Williams. In 1982 was the premiere of Meatball and Spaghetti. I ain't never heard of Meatball and Spaghetti. I grew up in 1982, and I was watching cartoons every day in the 80s, and I never heard of Meatball and Spaghetti. I've heard of Meatwad, but I ain't never heard of Meatball and Spaghetti. So I don't know what this is. In 1992, it was Dog City. I ain't never heard of that either, but I'm going to go with Meatball and Spaghetti just because of the year. And then we got Little Rascals. I didn't know they made a cartoon of Little Rascals. Some of these cartoons, maybe it was going over my head. And then in 1992, we had Shakespeare, the Animated Tales. Cartoons based on Shakespeare? No, thank you. No, thank you. To be or not to be. Me not be watching this crap. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, then we got the Gary Shanlon Show. That would have been a great cartoon. The Gary Coleman Show. I remember he had a cartoon. Don't remember much about it. I remember he was like little and black. That's all I remember about it. And 92, Cowboys of Moon Mesa. Now again, another one had a toy line. I believe it was Playmates. Didn't ever watch this either, so I'm going to go with Gary Coleman Show. And then the last one, we got 1982, Joke Book. Joke Book. Never heard it. I looked it up. It said it was a Hanna-Barbera adult cartoon. I don't mean adult like blah, 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 blah. I just mean adult cartoon more like The Simpsons maybe or something. I don't know what this is. Never heard of it. In 1992, we have Plucky Duck Show. The Plucky Duck Show. I don't know what that is either. So I'm going to have to go 80s. Cartoons were the best. Gilligan's Planet. Even Scrappy Doo, Pac-Man, even Richie Rich I'll throw in there. A lot of them I've never seen, but it's a lot better than Conan. That's taking itself too seriously. But you do have the animated series and X-Men, so that's pretty good right there. But then you got Goofy Troop. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think was better year, 1982 or 1992? And when you tell me how old you were, because I'm curious if if you're just like gonna pick 1982 because you were a kid, but like I said, maybe you're just like the 90s were better, although you grew up in the 80s. Let me know that. And anything else you want me to know in the comments below.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.